Joe Rogan recently highlighted a viral moment involving Erika Kirk and Vice President J.D. Vance, and the internet hasn't stopped talking. At a Turning Point event, Erika made a statement comparing her late husband to J.D. Vance. Then, a hug between them caught attention online. Body language experts, Rogan, and millions of viewers questioned what was going on. In this video, we'll break down the moment, what people are saying, and why it sparked such a huge reaction, all while staying grounded in the facts.
No one will ever replace my husband, no. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against.
Weeks after Charlie Kirk's passing, Erika Kirk appeared at public events, giving speeches and hosting podcasts. Observers noted her sudden prominence in the conservative movement. At the Oxford event, her words and actions drew intense online discussion. She stood on stage and said no one would replace her husband, but then compared him to J.D. Vance. People online immediately wondered why. Was it just a compliment, or something that hinted at bigger ambitions?
Several requests to decode this video with Erika Kirk and J.D. Vance. Let's look at J.D. Vance's side of the hug first. He gives a tight hug with a pat on the back. So some people often pat people on the back. That's just kind of how they manage a longer hug. And for some people, that patting on the back is what they do to comfort someone else. He also rests his hands after the hug for a second on her waist area, which can be a sign of affection and or romantic interest. It's the move to slide her hands up and grasp and cradle his head that is getting so much attention. This is a move that we women do when we are in a deep kiss, which is why it looks so very intimate. Erika then ends her hug by grasping his shoulders, which is a sign of affection and closeness. That said, grief can do really wonky things to humans, but this is wonky for sure. I'm Annie Sarnblad, and I teach microexpressions and all things
Then came the hug. J.D. Vance approached Erika on stage, and the physical interaction was unusual enough that body language experts commented on it. The style and duration of the hug, combined with Erika's expression, sparked speculation. Online observers compared it with Erika's typical public hugs, noting differences in distance and posture.
Did y'all just see that? Y'all, let me show you this again. Watch his hand.
Photos from the event also showed Usha Vance, JD's wife, hugging Erika. Some viewers interpreted her expression as tense or worried, while others saw compassion. Social media quickly picked up on these small details, connecting them to previous online narratives about public figures and their behavior.
Confronted Usha Vance. I held her hand and I told her, honestly, I do not know how I'm going to get through this. She told me something. She said, you know when you're on an airplane with your kids and it's the last 15 minutes of the flight, things are crazy. Kids are not cooperating, toys are flying everywhere and everyone's screaming. And you think to yourself, cannot wait for this flight to land. And it's 15 minutes before you land. She told me, you will get through these 15 minutes and the next 15 minutes after. Usha, I don't think you realized it, that those words were exactly what I needed to hear.
Observers analyzed Erika's past public interactions and noticed patterns. She usually maintains professional distance during public hugs. This contrast with the Oxford event sparked commentary, but it's important to note that speculation online often exaggerates small differences for dramatic effect.
According to the narrative. Now, let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird shit going on with this.
Joe Rogan's podcast discussion amplified the story. He mentioned that something felt off, which led millions to revisit the event clips and debate what they saw. Rogan didn't provide conclusions. He simply pointed out that social media perception can influence public narratives.
that he took it apart and then put it back together again, shut the up. Do you know how much time it would take to do that if you were highly skilled?
To disassemble a gun.
To disassemble a rifle so that you can get it in a backpack. And by the way, not going to fit. Not going to fit. And then somehow or another reconnects it once he gets off the roof. What? This story is horseshit. Like none of these things make any sense to me.
The broader takeaway: viral moments, body language, and public perception can create huge online discussion, sometimes turning minor details into major theories. Erika Kirk's rise after Charlie Kirk's passing, her public appearances, and interactions with other figures are all fair game for observation, but separating speculation from verified facts is crucial. What do you think? Is this just grief and coincidence? Or are people reading too much into viral moments? Drop your thoughts below, and remember, online narratives often say more about perception than reality.